Good to have you with us here watching The Big Story. I'm Avni Raja, and in news that is coming as relief for Mumbaikars, Cyclone Nisarga is no longer a threat to the city of Mumbai. Experts say that it has changed direction and now is moving northeastwards. Mumbai has been spared from the worst. Raigad district, the site of the landfall, has borne the worst of the storm, with the trees uprooted and flooding reported in several areas. That's the latest development and update as far as Cyclone Nisarga is concerned. But let's go across to Disha, who's joining me from Mumbai. Disha, what can you tell us at this point? Of course, this does come as some relief at this point that the Mumbai has been spared from the worst, but nonetheless, the rain still continuing in some parts, and there has been trees uprooting, etc., which has been witnessed.
Well, that's right, Avni. First and foremost, the threat of cyclone for the city of Mumbai is completely over. So that might bring some relief to the citizens here in concern, because the landfall, as per the IMD's prediction, was expected anywhere between 1 to 5. But now, of course, it has changed its course and everything is back to normal. If you talk about, even if you look at the sky, Avni, it looks pretty much clear. Unlike morning that we saw that we couldn't see the sky at all, sea also looks very much clear, Avni, at this point in time, because till at least 2 to 2:30 p.m. there was no sea visibility as well. In fact, we were traveling from one location to another. We were tracking all of this and there was zero visibility. But now, of course, you can see that how the weather is normal here in the city of Mumbai, usual like the monsoon days. As far as the rains are concerned, yes, the IMD has very categorically said that rains might continue today as well as tomorrow morning as well, but wind intensity might decrease, so that there might be reduction as far as the wind intensity and the speed is concerned. So that is as far as the weather update is concerned. But on the ground level, evacuation as far as that, 7,000 to 8,000 people were evacuated today in the morning by the BMC from the low-lying areas. They were being shifted to 35 shelter homes that the BMC had arranged for them, and they were being asked to stay at least for today and also tomorrow, looking at the situation. On the ground level, the police deployment also continues. We are looking at the police stationed at every beach and in front of every sea face possible, because they do not want to take any other chances. As far as the advisory is concerned, that still remains not to venture out. We are yet waiting for the revised advisory from the government authorities, because remember, Avni, today was the first day of the unlock, phase 1, where people were allowed to walk and jog or run at such beaches or at such places. So whether that advisory will start from tomorrow, that's something that we will have to really wait and watch for. But as of now, what we have also witnessed is that in the last 4 hours, till the time the wind intensity was really high in Mumbai, when the rains were continuous, trees uprooted we actually saw at couple of places like Kolaba and Nariman Point in South Mumbai. In suburbs, we did see it in Andheri as well as in Bandra, Goregaon areas. So trees uprooted are the certain incidents that has come to light, causing damages to the infrastructure when you talk about the footpath, etc. But apart from that, no other major damage is what we have been witnessing or we have been told here on the ground level.
Well, that's right, Disha. In fact, you've been on ground since this morning across several areas in Mumbai. If you can just tell us what has been the situation in the places you've visited, because in some parts of South Mumbai, we have seen a lot of trees being uprooted as well, and there was heavy wind speeds, which of course now has considerably reduced.
Well, certainly, of course, if we talk about the particular incidents that have happened as far as the trees uprooting is concerned, yes, We did visited a few spots like Nariman Point, like Kulaba as well, even in Mazgaon dockyard area, where due to high wind intensity, the trees were uprooted. But within the span of 1 to 1.5 hour, what we understand, the BMC disaster team had, arrived and they had cleared the entire area, is what we understand. But in most of these places, we did see a lot of damage to the infrastructure, whereas, the footpaths are concerned. We saw one of the tree had actually it had fallen on one of the tower, blocking at least 3 to 4 floors. So all of these were the incidents, but apart from that, not major incident that we really witnessed here in Mumbai, considering we did not see the cyclonic storm hitting the city. Since morning, we have also been going to a lot of low-lying areas, Avni, where we saw a lot of evacuation being taken place. We also did visit the landslide-prone area where BMC had evacuated at least 2,000 to 3,000 people. Now, most of them are at the shelter houses. So we are yet to receive, the revised advisories, revised guidelines for the city here in Mumbai. But definitely, the threat, of course, of the cyclone is over, which is bringing some relief on the ground level. But apart from that, there are usual, destructions, damages as far as the trees are concerned and the infrastructure is concerned.
That's right, Disha. In fact, that of course, there has been a lot of evacuation that was done in several of the low-lying areas as well, like you pointed out. But, from what we know at this point in time, just a couple of clarifications, Disha. Has there been any reports of any kind of waterlogging at this point from anywhere in Mumbai? Obviously, the kind of rains that were expected hasn't really turned out to be what was earlier suggested. Any at all reports of waterlogging? And has there been any change in instructions from either the Mumbai police or the BMC in terms of the precautionary measures that now need to be taken? And also, remember, the Mumbai police had, invoked Section 144 as well last night.
Well, as far as waterlogging is concerned, we have not seen any such complaints or, areas that we saw were being flooded or waterlogged here in the city of Mumbai. In fact, we also checked the usual spots like Hindmata, Sion Gandhi Market, Andheri Subway, Milan Subway. But those places were not at all flooded, and the only reason is though the city did see, rainfall continuously happening for 2 hours, but the intensity of rainfall was not extremely heavy, which the IMD had predicted. We were having, moderate rainfall, and that is why we did not see waterlogging issue happening in the city. To answer the second part of the question, Avni, whether any new instructions have come in by the BMC or the Maharashtra state government or the police, so to answer to that is no, because the cyclone threat, which is now over, was just communicated, and this message just arrived like an hour ago. So now the agencies are deciding, they are reworking on the plan as to what should be done, whether the people who have been evacuated, they should be sent back to their original homes today, or they might hold on for today and send them back tomorrow morning. So all of these are strategies that are being put in place. Mumbai police had also issued and imposed 144 section, which prohibits more than one person. So whether those orders will be taken back is something that we are still waiting for.
All right, Disha, thank you so much for joining us with all of those details. So now, given the change in the cyclone's trajectory and the fact that Mumbai has been spared of the worst at this point in time, we do have to stand by and wait for official announcements regarding the protocol that is now going to be followed, given that Section 144 is still in place at the moment. Disha, thanks for joining us with all of those latest updates. Meanwhile, as part of the evacuation process, there were about 50 families from Mumbai's Mazgaon area who were living in shanties and were shifted to shelter homes. They were relocated from there to the nearest shelter camps amid landslide concerns. Take a look.
Right now we are standing in Bandwara, that is in Mazgaon dockyard area in the city of Mumbai, and behind me this entire area has been evacuated by the BMC is what we understand. At least 250 families, considering of over and above 1500 of population. those families have been moved to safer locations by the BMC in the nearest school is what we understand. And few of the people that you see, BMC claims that they did not wanted to move to the shelter homes. They were comfortable staying here. So they are doing the preparations as far as, covering with whatever possible things so that the impact of the cyclone cannot be much on these, huts for that matter. As far as the other evacuation process is concerned, BMC has arranged 35 schools and they have made it into a temporary shelter homes for the people as they need to stay there at least for today and tomorrow. The wind speed as far as in this landslide prone area where we are looking at has already started picking up. On the ground level, the BMC has taken certain precautions from evacuating people, that is today. Also, cops have been deployed, lifeguards have been deployed at the beaches in the city of Mumbai, and also the fire stations are operational is what the state government claims at this point. With video journalist Nitin Fattare, this is Disha Shah reporting here for Mirror Now from Mumbai.
Meanwhile, let's show you some of the visuals that we've got for you at this point in time, which have come in from different parts of Maharashtra, especially the areas where the cyclone made its landfall. Now, visuals from Maharashtra's Raigad at this point of time on your screens. One of the houses there, as you can see, completely damaged. Roof of the house is gone and the house itself is in complete ruins with all of the things in the house completely scattered all around. Meanwhile, this next set of visuals that we're showing you is a makeshift ceiling of a government godown which has been completely blown away in the Roha area. And you can see the way it's completely shaking due to the strong winds. In fact, you can actually hear get the feel of the sounds of the wind at that point in time. Just listen. And more similar visuals from Raigad, in fact, which will give you the extent of the impact of Nisarga in Alibaug, where it made its landfall. The strong winds shook tall trees. Everything that came in its way, the trees are seen struggling to actually stand. Take a look and take a listen. Meanwhile, back in Mumbai, a tree fell on a car in Kandivali area of Mumbai, suburban Mumbai there. That visual as well on your screens at this point in time. This is just a short while back, a couple of hours ago, when the cyclone was the impact was still being felt in several areas. Moving on, there are several visuals of NDRF officials who are actually trying to lift a giant tree that collapsed in Alibaug area. Once again, which was the epicenter of the cyclonic storm at that point in time. That is also on your screens at the moment. Meanwhile, a tin roof on top of a building in Raigad was also completely blown away. Extremely strong and gusty winds, fierce winds due to Cyclone Nisarga having this impact. Meanwhile, in Pune as well, the impact was also felt on your screens. Visuals from there and extremely strong, fierce and gusty winds being felt in Pune as well. Meanwhile, in Mumbai, multiple incidents of trees fallen, as Disha was also pointing out, being reported from across the city. trees uprooted in several areas. That was predicted as well. In fact, visuals on your screens now are from different parts of Mumbai, where we seeing several trees that have fallen and been uprooted. Some from Mumbai's Nariman Point area. A tree had fallen on Mittal Tower in that area. Workers, in fact, trying to sort of lift the tree as well. GCV machines were also spotted trying to clear out the trees. In Mumbai's Fort area as well, trees fallen blocking the road. Similarly, in Mumbai Central as well, there's instances of uprooted trees which have fallen down onto the roads.
Here in the city of Mumbai, we have been witnessing very heavy wind speed, the intensity of the wind speed, and we are here reporting from the Nariman Point area, which is in the South Mumbai. And like you can see, the impact is already visible on the ground level. We have seen 3 big trees being uprooted here, which has caused damage to the footpath as well. This is one of the huge tree. Of course, the second tree that we can see, that has half fallen on the Mittal Tower, completely blocking the first 3 floors, as you can see. So that is the impact of the intensity of wind that we are showing you on the ground level. And if we just walk down further, me and my video journalist Nitin Fattare, we are showing you this right next to Vidhan Bhavan quarters. You can see 2 big trees have been uprooted there. There's the BMC disaster management team that is present there to clear the entire situation. You can see it's the BMC team. There's the crane also that has just come in to uplift the entire tree, because the tree, of course, is very big, and this is the intensity of the wind here we are talking about. And let's not forget that the impact, the cyclonic storm has still not hit Mumbai. So this is the pre-cyclone, of course, the wind intensity that we are looking at, uprooting of trees, and this is not one such area. We have seen several instances of tree uprooting from Kolaba as well, which is in South Mumbai, from Bandra as well, which is in the suburbs of Mumbai, and also from the other areas like Andheri. So all of these are the ground situation, and this is what the BMC has said, that in case of any such incidents really take place of the tree uprooting, there are about 50 plus teams, disaster of course, that will be deployed across the city to check and to clear the area within hours, so that people do not really face this sort of inconvenience. We are not really going very close to where the activity is happening, because there are a lot of trees that you can see, and the wind intensity also is gradually going up and coming down. So in less than 2 hours, this is the situation on the ground level that we are looking at here in the city of Mumbai.